Preds fan reaction. I gotta shoot it. Can I sit down? Oh, sorry. There you go. All yours. What were you looking up anyways? Is it possible for NHL teams to trade coaches during the regular season? For the last time, the Canucks have to fire Boudreaux first. And anyways, the Preds won. Everybody's hands go up, way up, as the Nashville Predators defeat the Los Angeles Kings by a score of 5-3 Saturday night inside Bridgestone Arena, in a game where the Preds quickly led by 2 goals, trailed by a goal, and then rallied for 3 goals in the third period and won again by 2 goals. The Preds get a big character win against a team that they could very well be chasing for a wild card spot in the Western Conference playoff standings. And if they're lucky enough, come April, to make the NHL second season, they can look back to January 21st of 2023 at this game with a big smile on their face, to being a key reason why that might happen. Leading into this game, after the embarrassment that was Thursday night's performance in St. Louis, Coach John Hynes admitted on Bally Sports that this team needed to be better. Ya think? He admitted that earlier Saturday, the team leadership had a meeting, and then as a team, they had an entire team meeting trying to get re-cohesive. Well, within the first minute, it at least appeared early on that something must have clicked. First, barely 15 seconds into the game, face-off win by Ryan Johansson in the Kings zone to Phoenix Copley's right, and he gets it back to Alexander Carey, who immediately takes a shot from the point. And wouldn't you know, lo and behold, Mikael Granlund tips it halfway through, goes in past Copley into the Kings net. The Preds have a 1-0 lead, barely 19 seconds into the game. Mikael Granlund's 5th of the season, his first goal in 8 games. Preds think, how about some more? And you know who starts it off? Cody Glass. He gets the puck, he goes behind Copley, behind the Kings net, he comes around, he gets it out front to Matt Duchene, who is able to outwork Matt Roy and backhand it through Copley's 5-hole. His 12th of the season makes it 2-0 Preds. That is Matt Duchene's first goal in 9 games. These 2 goals by the Preds, the fastest 2 goals in franchise history, and now ranked 10th in NHL history. Well, Todd McClellan, the Kings head coach, has seen enough. On 3 shots, the Preds have 2 goals. He's pulling Phoenix Copley and putting Jonathan Quick in net. As it turned out, he would be in the net for the rest of the game. It's over 2 minutes into the game, after the Preds are up 2-0. Brendan Lemieux wants to tussle with Tanner Jeannot, and Tanner Jeannot obliges him. The two have a short fight that I would give the slight edge to Tanner Jeannot, as the 2 players go down and are broken up by officials, and Tanner Jeannot is pumped up that his Preds have the lead, and he fires up the Bridgestone Arena fan base. Preds, though, after that, do seem to sit back a little bit too much. They let the Kings take the game to them, and then just about 9.5 into the first, it cost them for playing a little bit too lax. This isn't necessarily his fault, just the rest of the fault of his teammates for not playing stronger defense. Ryan Johansson, on an attempted clear, his stick breaks. The Kings go the other way. Sean Durzi is able to cut into the lead by putting one past Saros. The Preds now lead 2-1. Just about 9 minutes left to go in the first period. Kings with another odd man rush into the Preds zone, looking very dangerous, like they're gonna tie the game right here and now. And a puck comes to Kevin Fiala, yes, former Pred Kevin Fiala, who makes a move, but Saros is 1 step ahead of him, and he stretches out the right pad to stop his former teammate, keeping the Preds 2-1 lead intact. Later on, in the back half of the first period, there is a full 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Wide open hockey, but neither team can convert. Just under 3 minutes left to go in the first. Tanner Jeannot would take a penalty all on his own, a high sticking foul, as Kevin Fiala once again would come so close to try and burn his former team that traded him away for one Mikael Granlund, but Saros stops him again. Preds under fire just as Tanner Jeannot's penalty expires, and the Preds can finally breathe once they've restored 5-on-5 play. Time ticks down in this one. The Preds lead is holding up just 2-1 after one. Chances exchanged by both teams through the first few minutes of the second period, including another great chance by Kevin Fiala to try and beat his former goalie, but Saros denies him. This game gets interesting as it goes down to just one referee just under 4 minutes into the second period, as Francois Saint-Laurent, one of the two referees for this game, takes a puck off his high shin. He has to leave. He would not return, allowing for the possibility of maybe fewer power plays, but more room on the ice, since there will only be one set of referees' eyes to make calls. And one thing for the Preds is that they probably would have appreciated having a second official longer, since they only would end up getting one power play in this game. But what a key power play that would soon be yet to come. Just over 6 minutes into the second period, innocent looking play as the Kings drive into the Preds zone. Kempe is able to get by the Preds defenseman. I don't know what Carey was doing on that back check. He's out of position. Kempe is able to squeeze in there, and lucky bounce, he gets the puck to go off of his shin pad. Saros cannot make the save, and the Kings have tied this game at 2. Soon after the game is tied at 2, Forsberg gets a breakaway, but is denied by Quick, and right afterwards, he's hooked down by Victor Arvidsson. The refs do not call it, but sure, of course this would happen to the Preds, because Roman Josi would get called for holding Anderson Dolan. Yeah, because of course the refs would miss one but make the one on the Preds. And fortunately, the Preds would kill off that penalty, but they're not out of the woods just yet. 3 minutes and change left in the second period for the Preds and the Kings. This game's still tied at 2. Oh, look, Fabro trips down Arvidsson, and the Kings get their third power play of the game. To this point in the game, the Preds have 0. 3 minutes and change left to go in the second period, and oh look, Dante Fabro trips down Victor Arvidsson, sending the Kings to their third power play of the game. Up to this point, the Preds have had no power plays. Really helpful when you only have one referee in the game. And of course, with the way the Kings' momentum was carrying them after being down 2-0, tying this game, and now third time's a charm on the power play, just over 20 seconds after the ensuing face-off, the Kings have kept it in the Preds zone, and eventually Quinton Byfield gives the Kings their first lead of the game. Kings are up 3-2. Seconds tick down in the second period, and what seems like ages ago now, when the Preds were up 2-0, they now have been outshot 12-8, totally outworked in the second period by the Kings, and trail 3-2. They're going to have to pick up the pieces and somehow pull out a victory in this game before this season totally goes down the crapper. Reds looking flat, except for one decent chance through the first 3 minutes of the third period. Things seemingly go from bad to worse as Nino Niederreiter takes a puck to the face. He has to go immediately to the Preds dressing room, as the Preds are forced to play with 11 forwards for the rest of this game unless Nino can make it back in time before this game concludes. Just over 12 minutes to go in regulation, and Alex Edler of the Kings would get called for holding the stick of Juuso Parssinen. And I would make mention on Twitter that, look, the Preds are going to get a chance to go on a power play and probably not score. Well, I guess you can call me a jinx, because on the ensuing face-off, puck works its way around. Roman Josi gets it to Mikael Granlund. Is he going to score his second of the game as he takes a shot on net, hoping for some good luck? Nope, it's number 92, Ryan Johansson, with his 11th of the season, as he tips it, redirects it on the way through over Jonathan Quick's glove hand, and this game is tied at 3. Preds fan, getting nervous again because shortly after that, the Preds have a great chance to retake the lead, hopefully for good, as Cody Glass beats Jonathan Quick, but he can't beat the crossbar. Under 10 minutes to go now in regulation as the Preds get some good news. Nito Niederreiter is back from the dressing room. Team is back to 12 forwards, back to full strength. Preds continue their turnaround in this game. Momentum slowly starting to swing their way, and just over 6 minutes left to go in regulation. T.S. Ekholm with a beautiful body check at the Preds blue line causes a turnover. Alexander Carey picks up the loose puck, skates away. He's got a teammate with him. We'll get to who that is in a moment. They get into the Kings blue line. He gets it over to Matt Duchene, who looks like he's going to go backhand. He flicks his forehand out just in time to roof it over stick side of Jonathan Quick, giving the Preds back the lead 4-3. Under 4 minutes now left to go in regulation. Preds still lead by 1, but pushing for that insurance goal. And off of an ensuing face-off, puck comes to Roman Josi, who takes a shot and blasts it in. It's tipped. It's in. Preds lead 5-3. But wait, hold up. Who tipped that? Number 36, Cole Smith. Cole Smith, who we've all been waiting for to do something because Coach John Hines leaves him in the lineup night after night after night, scores his first career NHL goal. The Preds lead the Kings 5-3. Okay, now Preds fans know that we're pretty much going to win this game, all but official. Under 3 minutes, Kings pull Jonathan Quick. Preds get not 1, not 2, but 3 great chances to score into the empty net, but each of them goes wide. Preds under duress, just over 90 seconds left to go in regulation. Mikael Granlund is a little too aggressive on a clear. You can't get a good camera angle to tell that it might have been a good clear into the Preds bench. There's no evidence to prove otherwise. The refs call Mikael Granlund for delay of game. The Preds will have to kill a penalty, but they can ice it to their heart's content. The Kings never really have one final good setup to try and get at least the 5-4 goal, much less tie the game, and the final seconds tick down. Preds rally back, win a big, crucial home win against a Western Conference opponent they could be chasing in the wildcard standings come April, and win this game 5-3. A period and a half of not being aggressive looked like it was going to cost the Preds tonight after coming up so quick and so pumped to start the game, and then you let LA come back in this game, take the lead, and look like they were going to nurse the lead hope in your building after you got embarrassed on Thursday against St. Louis. But despite only outshooting the Kings 11-10 in the third period, you managed to outscore them 3-0, and that's what counts. Something must have been said in the Preds locker room at the second intermission, and it worked, at least for tonight. Hopefully it carries forward. Now, with this 7-game stretch that the Preds are almost done with, they have 3 wins and 2 losses, 2 more games before the NHL All-Star break, and the rest that non-All-Stars on the Preds roster will get almost 2 full weeks off. These 2 upcoming games are both at home in Bridgestone. Can you give yourself and the fan base 4 more points? So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click a like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Redemption. 60 minutes. 60 minutes, boys. Can you give yourself to 60-minute efforts before the All-Star break when you're going to get 12 days off between regular season games?